Hello there, and welcome to Gaming Takes Ages. I am Teal.
And Emil is the person that I am.
It is always true, and I'm glad that you're here.
It's at least
Welcome.
sometimes true. I am welcome. Welcome to me. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, welcome. In my experience, you have always been Emil, and
Yes.
I have been Derek.
You
From
don't want to see me when I'm not Emil.
yeah, you made me a Derek. Like you said,
I
my
did
act
make you
in
Derek.
my Twitch chat one time. You just said that my real name was Derek, and people
Yeah.
believed you for some
This is
reason.
because Teal sounds like a made up name.
Thank you.
I mean, they're all made up names. That's how names
Yeah.
work.
It is true. So what have you been up to? Or have you played some fun stuff this week?
I have played my default games. The games that you
Wonderful.
can probably bet on me playing. Those would be Minecraft and Stardew Valley.
Wow. Well, that is good. I have played Deltarune. Because
Oh, delicious.
yeah, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 are releasing very, very soon. For those who don't know, Deltarune is the I'm reluctant to say sequel to Undertale. It's the follow-up game, certainly.
Interesting.
Because you've not played the game.
I
Uh,
have not yet. I do plan to at some point because I loved
I
Undertale.
really recommend playing chapters 1 and 2 because they're free for one.
Mhm.
But it's just we don't know what's going on. It's mental. Like there's so many characters from Undertale that show up, but in a very different. We're in a very different setting and location. It's just like, is this the
Hmm.
future? Is this the past? Is it an alternate world? We don't know. Like, we have no idea. So yeah, I mean, there's speculation, sure, but like, oh, it's crazy. But I mean, it's Toby Fox and Tem and a couple other people just doing their absolute best, making an awesome, awesome experience. It is very much like Undertale and also nothing like Undertale, and it's great. So highly recommend. If you're a fan of Undertale, Deltarune is. Do I think it's better? I don't know if I think it's better. It's
Hmm.
on par, certainly. It's just a different game. It's not a complete game yet, so I can't say. But the first two chapters, each chapter takes like 6 hours. It's huge. The game is massive, so it's certainly a bigger game. But it's good. I can recommend if it is the kind of thing you like, which is a turn-based RPG with also bullet hell shenanigans and incredible storytelling and humor and just a mixture of all wonderful things. So
I would personally like if they just got rid of the phrase mechanics and used shenanigans.
yeah.
Like, you really should have said bullet hell mechanics, but shenanigans just contextually makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, well, shenanigans is certainly a lot makes sense for that game. I think if any other if if I
A
said
very
oh
interesting fishing shenanigan.
yeah, it doesn't really work as well. Dep- I would say it works for Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise is hilarious because the fishing minigame is your typical fishing minigame, but it
Mhm.
has for any other game's final boss the music that would play there. Just in when you're reeling in fish, it's like, what the hell are you doing, game? It's amazing. It's really, really funny. So yeah, I love that kind of thing. It's stupid, but yeah. Well, anyway, I'm glad we've cleared up that you've not really played a huge amount this week. That's beyond what you've usually done. But I mean, with Minecraft, you build things. Have you been building, or have you been playing other maps, or?
Um, no, I was just playing with my partner, which is a good thing to do, especially if you're long distance.
Hmm.
Much of our relationship, in fact, our relationship started with Minecraft. So, yeah, I'm very thankful that that game exists,
Yeah,
and it's a good way to sort of be together when you're not together.
yeah. But have you? So, what are you building something together, or are you just roaming? Or
We were just roaming,
nice,
but sometimes we build, sometimes we roam.
fair
It
enough.
is the way of the world.
Wonderful. Um, well, we like to present stuff to ancients. Who are they? I don't know. Just
Teal,
yeah.
this is incorrect. We don't like doing it. We
Okay.
have to do
We have
it.
to do it, but
I personally dislike doing it.
I think there's a Stockholm syndrome which is going to start creeping in, where you're going to
I'm
really
not
love it.
holding my breath.
Oh no, well maybe that's what they want, but I wouldn't hold your breath. It's not necessary. Um,
When you sorry, I
yeah.
started breathing, holding my breath, but then I had a thought. When
Uh-huh.
you see on TV shows and stuff, when characters hold their breath because they go underwater, do you hold your breath at the same time and see if you
Yes.
can? Yes,
I don't do it to see if I can beat them. I do it just instinctively.
I do it just to see if I would die in that scenario.
Right, interesting. I used to okay, so there's oh, I can't remember which Radiohead song it is, but the music video is Tom York just holding his breath underwater for
Yeah. No. No. No.
is it
No.
Karma Police? No.
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 No
No.
surprise. No.
No surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um crazy but I knew that and you didn't.
No, I'm not a massive Radiohead
Fair
fan.
enough.
I like Radiohead,
Uh
but
yeah, don't catch don't say that in front of my mum.
I
No.
don't just you're only allowed to be a massive Radiohead
Yes.
fan, otherwise your mum is just done.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a long song that he does it for. I used to be able to
Mm.
do it for as long as that. Um, but I probably couldn't anymore. That those days are gone. My stamina is significantly
All that
worse than it
smoking that you
was.
did.
No, no, I've never smoked. It was more just I just that my stamina was not as good as it used to be.
Mm.
So age, age has ruined me.
It
Um,
does do that, doesn't it?
it does, it does. There's a part of me that is genuinely excited to be old, just to know what it's like. But there's also going to be a myriad problems that come with that. So ups and downs. I am genuinely looking forward to it, but I've got ways to go. So you know, it's great. Who would you like to start? Would you like me?
You.
Okay, I can do. So last week we shared childhood stories, and I thought maybe the ancients don't want stories; they want childhood facts. Facts.
Oh, okay.
So things that
They,
kids
they
do.
don't care about your feelings.
No, things that kids do that is so wonderful or funny looking back on it. The first one is something we actually talked about briefly the other week. And we talked about this. It just came up in conversation, and I had already prepared this section.
Oh.
And that is dandelions. Kids put dandelions up to the other, either their own chin or another kid's chin, and if it glows yellow under their chin, that means they like butter. And
What are you talking about?
what do you mean? What am I talking about? What do you
What?
What do you mean? What we literally had a conversation about this
Did we?
and your girlfriend when we were walking to my place. It came up in conversation, but anyway, irrelevant. So this is a thing that kids just did. Like,
Do they?
yes, yeah. I can't tell if this is a bit you're doing.
I can't tell if I'm gaslighting you or if you're gaslighting me.
No, it's more you because we literally talked about this like 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, so yeah, you just put them up to yeah. And if your chin glows yellow, oh, you love butter, and it's not a thing. Obviously, the reason it glows yellow is probably because of reflection of the sun. But still, it's just a thing that kids do in the playground because why not? Um, I didn't. So this is something I overheard recently, just while walking past a park, and I didn't hear the start of it, so I don't know what they did to make them react to this. It's probably something as harmless as like putting a ladybug on their hand. But they said, "No, don't do that, or I won't be your friend." And that's such a childhood thing to say. Just like I won't be your friend, on like the most harmless of statements. It's just, it's so precious. I love that.
Yeah, next time we're playing Mario Party, I'm gonna whip that one out.
Uh-huh. Well, a couple years back, I went on the bumper cars at like a fair, and there were these two young girls in the cars in front of me, whilst everyone was waiting for the cars to be filled up, I guess. I don't know how old they were. I'd say 6 to 9 ish. It was a while back, so I don't
Are
fully
you
remember.
allowed to? Surely not 6.
Okay, maybe a little older, but they weren't old. I wouldn't say they were over 10.
Yeah, I would
Uh,
say a 9-year-old is
yeah, so
allowed to
maybe
be
eight,
on the
nine.
car.
Um, but yeah, so one was asking the other how it worked, and they were just like, "Oh, so you've got a pedal down at your feet. That's your accelerator. That's how you move. And there's the wheel in front of you. That's how you turn." And then she was just like, how do you brake? There are no brakes. What? Just like immediate fear. Just like, what do you mean there are no brakes? It's like, learn. Like, welcome to bumper cars. Just so awesome. I love stuff like that. And speaking of high pitched screams, kids just high pitched scream like there's a massacre. Just for no reason. That's just a thing they do. Like it's pretty fun. Um, I think another thing is never eat crusts on bread, otherwise you'll get curly hair.
Mm.
Um, that I don't know, that's a threat of some kind, and
No,
also
I think it's you're supposed to want curly hair.
in back in my school it was you didn't want curly hair.
It was supposed to be eat your crust so your hair will grow curly because kids don't want to eat the crusts.
Right. Oh, it was the opposite for me.
Why would I feel like that's not true? I think you're misremembering. You're talking about facts here. I
Yes,
think
facts.
these are false
Absolute
facts that you're giving.
facts.
Because why
Um,
would they try to stop you from eating crusts?
no, it was kids stopped each other. Like it was like a threat, like, oh, you'll get curly hair and you don't want to eat those kind of thing. Like, it
Okay,
wasn't
well
it
that's
wasn't like a
probably that the parents were misguided in telling them that.
sure. I don't know. That's
Because I was told that, but I
okay.
never was like, "Oh, great! I really want curly hair."
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't. Do they? I don't know if these have a name. The paper pyramid flower fortune things where you like flip them
Fortune
open. Yeah, like you flip them open and you're just like, oh, say a color, and however many letters that color has, they'll flip it, and it's like, oh, your fortune is you're gonna run a mile tomorrow. Like, oh, that's a very weird fortune for a 6-year-old to come up with. What? Why have you put that? Weird. Not that I'm gonna meet a fairy. Oh, what? What I want to meet
You
fairies.
never
What?
know.
Yeah, that's not my fortune. I'm walking. I'm running a mile tomorrow. What? Lame. Um, during hide and seek, children always say numbers 5 times their length. One, two. Okay, I was going to stop that. But that's it. And then finally, I looked up things that only kids do on Google just to see maybe there was one or two that would spark inspiration. And the recommended thing was a list from a Watch Mojo video, which was really handy. I had the list, so I didn't actually have to watch the video. And number four was things that only kids do: run away from home, which
Yeah, that
is
is.
is not incorrect, but also, oh my god, like, that's very dark. So thank you, Watch Mojo, for that insightful info. Yes, that's my thing.
I never ran away from home, but I knew some
Mm,
people that did, and they said that they would just come back and sleep in the garden at night, and then go off again.
okay, and
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
weird. Some people said that they like ran away from home for like 3 days or something.
oh, that's weird.
Maybe they were lying.
Mm.
I think people lied to me a lot when I was a kid,
I
and
think
it only
kids
occurs to me as an
generally
adult.
just lie a lot.
Yeah, that's true. And sad, sad adults also.
Yes, some do, not all. But yeah, well, that's my thing. What
That's your
was
offering to the
yes,
ancients, a
my
bunch of
offer my offering was childhood facts and also some mistruths, I guess, but I misinterpreted or misremember from my childhood. What was yours?
Is that really what you think that the ancients would like?
Maybe.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, we're 5 episodes in, we've been trying to offer things to the ancients, and they're not allowing anything that we offer them. I don't like these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that they're jerks now. I think they're being awkward, and they don't like us, so we shouldn't like them. So I am going to offer to the ancients, the jerks, something that I know that they will actually want, which is my suffering. So beneath the desk, I have a box of if you can hear it,
I can hear the box.
it's a bunch of items that of punishment.
Okay.
And throughout the course of the podcast, I will cause myself some suffering with these many items, because I know that that is what the ancients want. Um,
Interesting.
they're
So,
jerks. I hate them, and they want me to suffer, so I'll give it to them. And also, if anyone has a kink, they might also enjoy this episode of the
hmm.
podcast.
I guess we don't hear what the ancients have to say because you haven't done yours yet.
My what?
You're suffering. Like we don't know if they allow this or
It's the
not.
It's the promise of suffering is what I'm
Oh, I
offering.
see. Okay, well maybe if they don't allow this, does that mean you don't have to suffer?
They will. This is what they've wanted the whole time.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand.
No, the ancients would not allow it.
Oh, I gotta say, I maybe I misjudged these guys. They won't allow my suffering.
No,
Maybe they're true friends.
I won't go that far, but
No, these guys are looking out for me.
yeah,
I've What a
has
roller coaster we're on with this whole ancient thing. What a
has
great reason to keep tuning into this
yeah
podcast.
has your box now replaced itself with...
Forget the box.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a shame.
They won't allow me to suffer, so it's not
Oh,
gonna happen.
that's unfortunate. Oh well. uh, well, we like to look at games that released exactly 25 years ago, don't we? And almost exactly 25 years ago, on May 22nd, Perfect Dark released for the Nintendo 64. Uh,
Perfect Dark, which you only get if you're watching. If you're listening, you already have Perfect Dark.
close your eyes. Perfect Dark is there. And also maybe put your hands over your eyes because if there is a light on, the light still you can still sort of see it a little bit.
Mm.
You gotta get eliminate that light. But yeah, Perfect Dark is, as of right now, the 8th highest rated game on Metacritic with 97.
Really?
Yes, it is
I know
incredibly highly
very
regarded.
little about this game. That is
It is
surprising
made
to me.
by Rare before
I know
Microsoft
that
bought
much about this
them.
game.
Yeah, Microsoft bought them in 2020, not 2022, 2002, sorry. So 2 years later, but it is essentially a spiritual successor to GoldenEye 64.
Oh,
Another incredibly well received game by Rare back in 1997. For those who don't know, Rare made some of the most influential early FPS titles. They also made Banjo Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and the Donkey Kong Country games. So their presence in the industry as Nintendo's go-to for a phenomenal game was known.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. So yeah, it's like it whilst it has a 97 from critics, with its lowest scores being just a 9 out of 10. Like it's
Mm.
all incredibly high. It actually has an 8.4 on user ratings, and I can 100% see why people love it. I can see why it was such a landmark game, much like Ocarina and GoldenEye that came before it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate
Uh-oh.
it. Now, I can I can say
Good
one
job you're
word.
not on Metacritic.
I can say one word and you'll understand. Dyspraxia.
Uh-huh.
I can't do FPS titles well. And
Mm-hmm.
this is,
Especially early ones, I imagine, are
yeah,
much
they're
harder.
very loose.
Mm.
There's something like Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. There's actually like a slowdown when you're aiming and stuff. So like you can I have so much more control. Like I have time to control. I could not get used to the controls. I got better the more I played, but I just couldn't get great. That said, as I mentioned before, I can 100% see why it is just this mind-blowing game at the time. Visually incredible. Like all the people have, realistic looking faces. And I do genuinely mean realistic. It's very impressive how many features each face and person has. It's genuinely impressive.
Do you mean during gameplay?
Yeah. During all of it,
Wow.
it's actually genuinely very impressive. It looks incredible. I mean, it's the later part of the Nintendo 64, and it used the expansion pack to be able to get more out of it. But yeah, it kind of blew me away. I can totally see why it would be such a landmark. Holy shit, this is next gen. Like, this is even before, next gen is a thing. Like, this is where the future lies. And given that, GoldenEye as a game was such a huge deal as a step forward in first person shooters, this just elevates that. It takes what's great about GoldenEye and just elevates it and makes it better and more, just adds a lot more. Has a lot more variety. So yeah, it's very, very cool. Jonathan Mintz, these are user reviews by the way. Jonathan Mintz, 10 out of 10. I am still yet to play a first-person shooter better than this one, proving just how ahead of its time it truly was. No game has had the deathmatch customization level, nor fun as a co-op story. These two modes alone give it an unbelievable amount of replay value. It's one of the only two games I've continued to play regularly since their releases. It perfected what made GoldenEye an excellent title, and pioneered many features we take for granted in modern shooters. Easily the best game and killer app for the N64. So yeah, pretty solid review. And I might be mistaken. This has a reticle within it. It might be the first to have like a proper reticle. I don't know if I'm right or wrong in saying that, but it is very impressive. And on the other side of things, someone called Refined Insights gave it a 6 out of 10, saying, I could never get into this, even back in the day when I owned an N64, it just didn't do it for me. It felt like 007 GoldenEye, a clone, without actually being good. So some people did not like it. But I think
still 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, still pretty high. It's,
Game
I
you
think
didn't like.
I think you're gonna get like ups and downs, but it is actually available on the Switch through their online subscription service, where they've got a bunch of games from different consoles like Game Boy Advance and NES, SNES, and also N64. Now, what's interesting about this, because that's how I played it, and I didn't know this at the time, because I went to like go into my N64 library to find it. I was like, oh, I can't find it. It's not there. There is actually two N64 apps on the Switch, the standard one and a mature one for games which are 17 plus, which I did not know about, and it
I
makes
didn't know that.
sense. Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of people who didn't, and it makes sense because it wasn't there when the N64 stuff launched, and a lot of people I think would get there via the like online menu, not the store itself, because the online menu allows you to download the various apps, and I'm unsure if the mature one is in there. I could be wrong, maybe it is, but I didn't see it in there, and it might be because it is a mature thing. Kids are not supposed to access it easily. So you have to search for it, at least I did. I had to go through the store. So interesting, but there are 4 games in there. It was that. GoldenEye might have been there. I cannot remember what the other ones were. I think Jet Force Gemini, is that what it's called? I think that was there. But there are 4 of them, and that's pretty cool. But there are, other things.
You should have told me I could have played it prior
Yes,
to
you
the
actually, yes,
podcast as well,
could have
which would have
100%
been
played
the
it.
first game from that we covered that I'd have actually have played.
Yeah, I guess so. And long may that trend continue.
Yes.
I hope we there's not a single game that, like, when there's a game that you've played, like we're really excited to cover Crash Bash. I think we should just skip it. You've played that, it's not important. It's boring.
I don't think we should.
But yeah, it's very impressive. as I mentioned, it was on the Nintendo Classic Collection. It is also getting a reboot. Microsoft announced it at the Game Awards in 2020, but with no gameplay. But it finally got gameplay last year at Xbox's Summer Showcase. And it looks fun, has some slow motion witch time type shenanigans, as we're now referring to it as. Sort of Mirror's Edge like parkour. Whether it's something that lives up to the original, well, time will tell. We don't, as of right now, know when it will release, but that might change in like a month because we're going to have the Summer Showcase. Well, actually, it's more like 2 weeks. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, it's a very impressive game, obviously, because everyone loved it back in the day. Very important for the time. And yeah, just really cool. Like, it has a story with scope as well. It's because it's not just set on Earth or whatever. It's you go onto different planets. You fight aliens. It's it's pretty cool. It's just
Those stinky aliens.
it's a pretty cool game. And I was impressed by it. As I say, I didn't love it because I just couldn't get into the gameplay. But what I appreciated, there's like a little tutorial area, kind of like Lara Croft's Manor in the Tomb Raider games, where it's basically you're at the base and you get to do some training montages and you get to like practice with your weapons, and you can also there's like a vehicle where you can test how that controls and stuff because you're going to be needing it later in the game, and I appreciate that. Tomb Raider came first. It makes sense that they would try and emulate the vibe of that because it is a very good way to learn before you get into the main action. I also appreciate, from what I can gather, there are a lot of cheats in the game. And there's just like, I went to one of the rooms and there was just a lady at a desk with a computer, and I looked at the computer and it like went to the menu for it, and there's just a bunch of cheats that are already there for me that I could access if I wanted, and then there's a bunch that you either have, I don't know how you unlock them, it might be through gameplay or maybe codes because it's the 2000s, that's how it worked back then. But yeah, it's cool that they actually did go above and beyond. There's just loads of funny and fun stuff to make the game better. Which, yeah, bring back cheats. We need cheats as a commonplace. Like, if we were to make a game together, like we had unlimited funds and we could just make a game, cheats would be a high priority.
Yeah.
They're so fun. It's just great. But we usually do a quiz, and you suggested to me that you prefer it when I come up with something that's different than just finding a quiz online. And sometimes we'll do a quiz online, but you suggested do 2 truths and 1 lie. So I've done that for you. I have got 2 truths about the game and 1 lie that I've made up.
Oh no.
Whoa,
this
that's how it
episode is
works.
all about facts and lies.
Crazy. So, the main antagonist is called Mr. Blonde.
Okay.
You befriend an alien who tags along for half the adventure called Trent.
Oh, God.
The game is set in 2023.
No, wait, hang on. Wait, now I know that one of those is true.
Yes,
at
you do.
least.
The game is set in 2023, and people compare the in-game president to Barack Obama, both in face and voice. 1 of those is a lie. 2 of those are true. Good luck!
I feel like the Obama one might be true, but then again, that might just be you coming up with something that sounds true because you know how apparently ridiculous this game is based on the other facts. I feel like the lie is the alien called Trent.
God damn it. It is. Yeah, it is.
It could have been any of them.
Yeah. So the thing is, the Barack Obama thing, I saw this, I was like, people were claiming it. I was like, that's bonkers. Because I looked at cutscenes with the president in the game. I was like, you don't really look like Obama. You also don't really sound like Obama. I don't know where this is coming from.
Okay.
Like, it's weird to me. But yeah, no, the main antagonist is called Mr. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde.
James Blonde?
Perhaps that is a mild reference, but yeah, no, you do not befriend an alien who tags along for half the adventure called Trent.
Oh,
Shame. I believe there is an alien called
in the
Elvis, though.
remake though, there's a what?
There's an alien called Elvis, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, of course.
Which I couldn't put in there because I had to come up with a lie.
Mm.
It was hard to come up with a lie because we did this like a minute. You were like, maybe we should do a different quiz. Like, okay, give me a minute. I've got some fun facts about this game immediately. I just need to like, come up with a lie. So I thought Trent was a silly name for you.
Mm.
What was it that gave it away? Was it the fact that the name was Trent?
It was kind of a guess, really.
Right, fair enough.
Like, I can see that could be true.
Mm,
I just felt more like Mr. Blonde was a real thing, and that the Obama thing was real.
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Very good. Very good. Well, it's Thesaurus time.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Where's the jingle, Teal? Thesaurus time, it's Thesaurus time.
I mean,
It sounds better than that. Put the real one in. Go,
Thesaurus time is cinnamon clock. Yeah, let's go. I Thesaurus time.
I thought we got a well-produced jingle for this.
Not even.
Where did all that money I gave you go?
Oh, that I spent that on water. Lots and lots of water for my
dear.
hot tub. Yeah.
Oh, the hot tub that you won't let me go in.
No, that's my hot tub that you gave me
I only
water
get
for.
to go in the cold tub.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's a tub of ice cream.
Part of that sounds nice.
No,
The
you
part
put me in
where
it.
you're in it is not as nice.
Yeah, squished into it in a way that humans shouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, would you go in it though? You'd more be on it because if it's
No, you stuff me in there.
okay. Because like I say, if you're able
It's
to
the
move in that.
thesaurus round. Let's go.
All right. Well, let me give you yours. Crowd
Okay.
reaction.
Huh?
Crowd reaction.
Crowd reaction. Whoa. Crowd reaction. Crowd reaction. Well, a crowd is like a group, but I can't think of any games that are group something. Or like team. Like team is not really a crowd. Or it could be crowd. The verb to crowd something is to. Oh, I don't want to go down that route. Reaction. I feel like there's a lot of things that could mean reaction. Again, reaction has multiple meanings.
Yeah.
It could be like a chemical reaction, or it could be like a person reacting to something. I'm struggling. I'm struggling on this one.
Yay. I hope you say the words of your one and I get it immediately. That would be nice.
I also hope that.
It's not going to happen.
It might.
It won't.
I'm not being as mean as last week.
Stardew Valley.
I think I'm going to need a hint of some kind.
Okay. What kind of hint would you like?
Whichever kind you would like to give me.
Let me look up the release date, shall we?
Crowd reaction.
Yeah. 2007. Would you like to know what it released on?
Yeah.
Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Windows.
That's what I thought it might be released on.
If you look outside your window, you'll see it. It's right there.
My curtain's closed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You'll never know.
Why would I look out my window?
Because it was on Windows.
But it's not on my window.
It is on all windows. If you look out the corner of your eye and you think you see something, there it is. It's the game.
Crowd reaction. Conglomeration. I don't think I got this one.
Okay.
I think you got me.
Are you giving up?
I'm giving up.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Yep. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it is hard.
I can't be mad.
It's very hard. But very, very fun.
No applause for me.
You gave it a good go.
No applause
I
sound
applaud
effects
it.
this time.
I always
Unlike
applaud.
every other time. You've definitely added in those applause sound effects for the other times I've got it though, right?
No.
Oh.
I applaud you.
Okay, are you ready for yours?
No. Yeah, go on. Start
It
you out.
is. Oh. It is Mount Toward the Nether Regions. Tit for tat.
So tit for tat is part of it.
Yes.
Is that one word or is that 3 words?
Tit for tat becomes one word.
Okay, so it mounts towards the nether regions.
Yes.
Mount. Oh. This feels like I could get this.
I think you could. I definitely know that you have played this game.
Excellent. Okay. Nether regions.
Also, my version of the title does fit the game quite well.
Okay. So it's 5 words.
It's not. It's 4.
Mount towards the nether regions, tit for tat. That's 5.
I've given you. Well, no, tit for tat would make it.
That's mount towards the nether regions, tit for tat. That's 5.
No. Tit for tat makes up one word. There's another part of this that also makes up one word.
Oh, I see. Okay. So nether regions is like underwear, maybe? Balls. I don't know. I'm gonna ignore that bit for now. Mount.
Always ignore the nether regions.
For some reason, Slay the Spires in my head, but I know that's not it. I don't know why that's in my head.
It's not Slay the Spire.
Yes, I know it's not. It's nothing close. Is it just Hades?
Yes.
He's like, oh, wow, crazy. It's Hades 2. That's the tit for tat part.
Well,
okay,
kind of sort of going in the right direction with
2.
Hades.
Oh, or not. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, what's tit for tat? I don't know what that really means. Like, I've heard it as a phrase, but I don't know what... I don't really know what the actual, like... Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of tit for tat if I hadn't looked up synonyms for this word.
So, Hades... When you say on the right lines of Hades, as in setting or as in roguelike?
Neither.
Okay.
The word Hades is closer to what you want.
Oh, that's not helping at all. God of War.
No.
Do
you need a release date?
I would like a release date, yes.
It came out in 2013.
2013. Why am I so shit at this?
I'm really rooting for you.
Yeah, and it's not great. What did it release for? I assume it's PC, but...
It released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360.
PS3 as well. Interesting.
In fact, that may have been what you played it on.
PS3. That would make sense. Every single time I'm like, okay, my brain is ready. And then you say the words, and my brain empties of all games.
Mount towards the nether regions, tit for tat.
It's annoying because I feel like I can see a game.
What
Like
does it look like?
Well, okay, let me
Look
rephrase
through
that.
the clouds. What game do you see?
Let me rephrase that. It feels like that is a game name, and I like I can almost touch it, but I don't.
Oh, you don't want to.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm done. Go on, put me out of my misery.
Okay, mount. So it's mount towards the nether regions, tit for tat.
Oh god.
When you mount a horse,
Yeah.
what else do you do with a horse?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Towards is just 2.
Right.
Are you okay?
Oh, right to hell retribution.
Yes, it's right to hell
Oh.
retribution.
Right. Okay. I have played that game. I
You
forgot it
sure have.
existed.
Yes.
It's a horrible game.
So the nether regions is of course hell,
Okay.
not underwear.
No.
And tit for tat also just means retribution. It's like revenge.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Good. I have learned this now. If it comes up again, I'm sure I will have forgotten. uh, Why did I suggest this? To pad it out. That's why I suggested it.
It's very cathartic for me.
Excellent. Well,
After all these quizzes,
great.
where you've made us try to guess these synonym things to let you know how difficult it is when you don't know the answer.
Yeah. Well, we end each show with interaction from viewers, except we've only ever had one because we're still new. So we come up with questions for ourselves. But we got an email, gamingtakesages@gmail.com, and also we have comment sections in all of our YouTube videos and stuff. So, if you would like to email us questions or stories about the upcoming games or about what you've been playing or just anything really, please do email us whatever you want. Our topic for this week: if you could remake any game, which would you choose, and what would you change or add if you want to? So
easy, A Perfect Dark.
Well, that's great. Well, you've got your wish. Congratulations! It's coming out at some point in the future. It looks good. Will it be as good as the original?
Yes, because of the thing that I added.
Yeah. Well, that's great. What did you add?
You'll find out when you play it.
Everyone should go buy Perfect Dark. What's your
Are
actual
they
answer?
sponsoring us? That would be nice.
What's your actual answer?
Well, I'm actually not that much of a remake guy. Like, I'm happy with playing things that I have on their original, system in their original state. And so I didn't really know how to answer this. But so I didn't.
Okay,
no, I was thinking because when Jack and Daxter got the open goal, well, is it a port technically?
It's
What
a
would you
PC
call
port,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. And people started making their own levels for it. I found that really exciting. And it just got me thinking about a lot of things about Jack and Daxter, because Jack and Daxter is one of my favorite games of all time ever. But there are things that I would change. And like when I saw these levels that people were making, I was like, oh, maybe I could actually like make my own. But of course I won't, because I'd have to learn a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
But
Yes,
I
it's a
do
lot.
get carried away with these thoughts of like, oh, what if I did do that? And oh, this would be a cool idea. Oh, this would be a cool idea. I do that a lot when playing a lot of games. So Jack and Daxter, I think there's a lot of things like it always annoyed me how the yellow sage doesn't have an area like the others do,
Yes.
and they had originally planned for one, right?
Yes, they did.
I think it would be really
It was
cool
cut.
if that was there, and I think I would like rearrange some areas. Like I would put Boggy Swamp in the yellow sages area because I think it kind of suits the aesthetic more.
Mm.
And
You
it
also
got me
use
thinking
yellow
about a
eco a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, exactly. I would change a lot of the volcanic crater as well because that's a really boring area. And I think it could be cool.
Annoyingly, you've ruined that area for me because I did it was either during the pacifist run or the randomizer on one of my anniversary streams, and I was just on the minecart just as it tells along. Do you remember what you said? It sounds like it says
I can't remember. It's
everything dies. Everything dies, everything dies, everything dies. Just like, that's
Oh,
all I
can
hear now. I
you need
can't
to play the
unhear
sound effect.
everything dies from a sound
Everything
effect.
dies. Everything dies.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. So that's all I hear now. But you're not wrong. Yeah, it is a little bit boring.
But at the same time, I love Jack and Daxter just the way it is, and I don't feel like it wouldn't. It would if I did ever was in the position. It's not going to happen. But if I was ever in the position to remake a game, I would remake that game, and it would literally just be for me. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, I'll make this game better. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna have fun, sort of tinkering with this game.
Yeah, that's fair
That's
enough.
my answer.
That is fair
I mean,
enough.
there's other things like Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original
Yes.
one. Like me and my friends, we played that a lot, and I spent years going, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if this was in here, or if you do this, or if there was this, or there's this." And then one day, it was like they're remaking Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I was like, "I've been waiting so long," and then. It was not a remake of Star Wars Battlefront 2. It was a completely different thing with the same name, and I hate life. So, what was your answer?
Well,
hang on, wait a minute. No, even worse is that they then later, very recently, released the like Star Wars Battlefront collection or whatever it was.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can play online with friends. It's going to be so good. And then it was like, it came out and it was like too buggy to play. Like
right. I bet that's not the
online
case
games
anymore,
always
though.
crash. I don't know.
That's probably fixed
Maybe.
by now. That was like half a year ago.
Possibly. But like, I got the gist that it was just like
it's the same people who did, or at least the same company, that did Tomb Raiders remakes, like their remasters. And they had like problems and then they patched them. So I would hope that
interesting.
is the same.
I haven't heard anybody talk about it since it launched, and then people had a bad time with it.
We should have a look after we finish this.
But of course, like I say, I don't need remakes. Me and my friends got together and we played it in person.
Yeah.
We started a campaign and it was awesome. But unfortunately, it's like hard to get 4 people in one place these days. Yes. So maybe it does need a remake with online.
Fair enough. Well,
okay. Now you do yours. Go quickly before I interrupt you.
Okay.
Go on, Teal. Okay.
Go. I love Crash Bash.
You love Crash Bash?
And I would love a remake of it. Oh, but wait, we got one. Crash Bash Live by Beta M. It's
we got
really
2,
cool.
in fact.
There are 2, yeah. We haven't played the other one. Or at least you haven't.
Are you sure? Oh, right, yeah. Maybe I watched you play it. Like, that's the same thing for me.
You haven't.
I have a controller in my hand.
I've not streamed it, so you've not watched me play it. We were going to...
we cover it?
No, we covered the beta of the original Crash Bash. And we covered Crash Bash Live twice, because it got an update midway through. The other one we have not done, and I would like to do it at some point, but whenever. Anyway, Beta M did a fantastic remake. It basically just takes Crash Bash and adds so many more features and changes modes and just makes it not the worst experience in certain aspects, which is what you want Crash Bash to be. You want it to be the same but fun. And don't get me wrong, I think the original Crash Bash is fun, but oh my gosh, we'll get to that later in the year. But yeah, I love Tumbi or Tumba, depending on where you are, and I love that game so much, and I would love a remake of that or a remaster. Oh, but where we gone? Oh, I was like, okay, well, it's just it's just a port really with like things like save states and an actual remastered soundtrack from the original composer. Holy shit, that's that's bliss. And they are doing Tumbi 2, and I am mildly scared about that one because there are two soundtracks. There's the Japanese and the Western, and the Western soundtrack is about 1,000 times better. And I'm worried they're going to do the Japanese soundtrack. But I mean, hey, they might make some of the songs much better, but the Western soundtrack is better. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. And also, they won't be able to get the original composer for the Western soundtrack because he unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. So that is unfortunate. You know what I also love? I love Croc. And and I would love an but they did it! Croc got a remake. It's not a remaster, it's not a port, it's an actual remake, and the graphics are done to just look like the old textures, but just fresh. And that's such a cool idea. I'm surprised that hasn't actually been done before, or at least not to my knowledge. And that's just fun. That's a lot of fun. They said if Croc 1 did well, they will do Croc 2. Croc 1 has been doing well, so I assume they are working on Croc 2. With that, I genuinely do hope they change things, because there is a like post game. When you beat the game, you collect all the jigsaw pieces, you go into like a montage world where you go through like bits and pieces of existing levels in a harder mode, and it just abruptly ends. Like they clearly ran out of time and didn't finish it properly. I would like them to completely revamp that, if they would be so kind. But that's not my answer. My answer is actually something that I would genuinely love to see brought back. And I reckon like the team that did it could be like the team that did the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom games, because they did a very good remake. And that is Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. That is a phenomenal 3D platformer. Truly incredible, just fun in every level, and also with so much passion and understanding for what makes Looney Tunes great, because there are references and gags and just gameplay shenanigans catered around the brilliance of Looney Tunes cartoons. What they could do is they could add a Western world, because even Bugs and Taz Time Busters doesn't have a Western world. So you could have, like Yosemite Sam, Beaky Buzzard, Wile E. Coyote, because Bugs has been up against all of those. So you could easily have them in multiple Western-styled levels, because, yeah, there's no reason not to if they were to have time to add that. And also, since that game has come out, there's actually been a whole new range of Looney Tunes cartoons with a series called, you'll never guess, Looney Tunes Cartoons. Which, I'm gonna get this wrong, I'm sure, but I also think maybe I'm not gonna get this wrong. I think there are 300 cartoons. There's a lot, and they're all really good. Like, it matches the energy and the humor and the brilliance and the animation of the originals, whilst being fresh and for a new era. And it would be really cool if they did a world based off that, maybe. That could be a fun idea, because you could do a lot with what they've created recently. And if it was to do well, who knows? Maybe you could get a sequel beyond Bugs and Taz Time Busters, like SpongeBob did. SpongeBob got a brand new 3D platformer game that came out like 2-3 years after Rehydrated. So that would be really cool. Someone get on that. I want it. Everyone wants it. Please. So there you go. That was my my possibly too much energy segment on my childhood remasters. Almost all of them happened. Can we get the final piece, please? But yeah, that's that yeah. Do you have anything to add?
No, I have something to take away.
The box of torture.
No, from the podcast. We've redacted it already. If you're watching, if you're listening, you'll never know what it was. I'm joking. I
I was
didn't.
like, do I know what it is?
You looked so confused.
Yes. I was like, did I forget something? Oh, did you tell me to cut something and I forgot it?
I was taking a bit and I was running with it,
Yay!
and I kept running and looking back and seeing your poor confused face.
Oh, yay. It is constantly confused, it's true. But thank you very much for watching and listening. Hope you've enjoyed it. Next week, we will be looking at a game called Dai Katana. And
Ooh.
the week after that, on Friday, June 6th, Space Channel 5. So if you have stories about these games, please do email in at gamingtakesages@gmail.com. And or if you have questions for us, we need questions. Go for it. Send us loads of questions. Send us 10 each.
Legally, we have to answer any question that you
Yeah.
sent us.
Maybe it won't be next episode. Maybe we won't do the next one, but the later episode we'll get to them. But yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
I will also see you next week.